Welcome back, guys. So a while back I actually made a video of the best classes in Call of Duty Ghost, and now since we've moved on to Advanced Warfare, I decided it's the perfect time to actually make a video on that too. So what you're going to see is the best class for, as of now, to play for Advanced Warfare. So everybody knows, if you've played Advanced Warfare, that the BAL is definitely the most overpowered gun, and it's the best gun to use. So that is why I'm actually using this gun. For pretty much any game mode, you can use it for search and destroy, domination, momentum, anything like that, and it works perfect. So in this video, I'm not going to be using different variations of guns because of the fact that not everyone has them. So I actually use this Inferno one, but not everybody has that, so it doesn't work well because you guys wouldn't be able to use it. So we're just going to look at the basic one, and it should be good. So starting up with the attachments, we're going to be using foregrip for better aim, obviously, and quick draw because you can zoom in quicker, and red dot sight. So the reason for this, they all kind of link together in a sense. So you want to be able, because the fire rate for the BAL is pretty damn high, so you want to be able to zoom in quick and have good aim, so you will be getting the first shot for sure. So I definitely get the first shot and everything, and oftentimes I'll actually get multi-kills because of this, because people won't be able to get me. Now next up, we're going to be talking about the secondary. So I use the Atlas 45 because of the reason that oftentimes I won't get the kill right away, and I want something to just pick them off at the end. So that's why I use this, because the other pistol is only one shot, and these ones aren't very strong. So the Atlas is definitely not the best weapon you want to have, however it does do the job if there's just a couple shots left for a guy to die. Next up, obviously the wild card would be primary gunfighter, because that is why we have 3 attachments right there for the BAL. And the perks now are flak jacket, for the obvious reason that I play objective based game modes where a lot of people will be tossing grenades or flashes, all those different stuff onto the objective where I will be, and oftentimes it'll kill me. So as long as I get a little bit of protection, that helps a lot. So my perk 2 has been disabled because I wanted to have the 3rd attachment like over here because it's a lot more important. Plus, to be honest, I don't really see anything that good here. Nothing really catches my eye of what I'd want. You can look through them yourself, but personally they're not the best options to go with. And definitely for the perk 3, there's 2 options. So blast suppressor is something for me because I like to jump around the map. Like you'll notice in some of my gameplays, I'll be jumping from the spawn to get around the map, and that'll definitely show up on the map and they'll come and kill me. So that's why I definitely want to use blast suppressor, and I would recommend it for anybody who jumps around a lot. However, if you do not jump around, you're not the biggest fan of it, toughness would be your next bet because it will reduce your flinch whenever somebody hits you, which is very important if there's multiple people and you're focusing on one and then moving to the other. So we're coming down to the last few things. We've got the exo ability, which I'm going to choose 4 and tell you which ones you should choose for different scenarios. So the 4 are exo hover, exo shield, exo stim, and exo cloak. So first off, exo cloak is good if you're playing games like Search and Destroy where you can hide around, you can be invisible, and you can be stealthy. Exo stim really works for any game mode, but usually objective based ones, because you're going to stim yourself right before you jump onto an objective or right before you turn a corner where there's a lot of guys on an objective. So definitely an objective exo perk. Next up, exo hover is pretty much for any game mode, because pretty much you're just going to be hovering in a spot for a short amount of time. However, the reason I don't use this is because of the obvious fact that it's difficult and it's confusing. So confusing as in I will forget to use it often because it's just kind of inconvenient. You have to be in the air to use it, obviously. So if you remember and you're good with it, like you've used it before, definitely go ahead and use that. It's very overpowered in a sense, so it's very strong. But since I find exo shield the most useful, I use that. Like I said, I play objective game mode, so when I'm on an objective, let's say there's 2 seconds left to cap the flag, somebody's coming, okay, I'll pull it up and just block it for the last 2 seconds, and there you go, I get a flag. The only downside to this is that it only lasts for 3.25 seconds, which kind of sucks in a sense because you won't be able to do too much with it. However, it does help in those last minute scenarios where you need something quick to help you. Next up, we have an exo launcher, so not really important for this class, I'm not gonna lie. But I just use the frag because it's basic and it's the easiest you can cook it. So I would definitely recommend Semtex if you're good with it. The reason I'm not using it is because I'm just really bad with it. I never really throw them far enough, and I'm just used to frags. So the score streaks, as you can see, kind of different, I guess, because I'm using kind of the newbie ones. But the reason for that is because I don't really like the kill streaks that much in Advanced Warfare. I think they should buff them, like the Paladin, Warbird, and Goliath. They're not very strong. And they should definitely add in more variety of stuff. So first off, you're going to want to use UAV, and personally I upgraded it to give me more points because UAV is kind of a team thing, so it's going to help out your whole team. However, you want it to help yourself as well, which is why I add in these extra points, as well as the speed, so it's just more accurate. Next up we have the Orbital Care Package, which is essentially an airdrop from any other game, where it's just going to give you a random kill streak. Now I like the element of surprise, so I find if it's something good, it definitely boosts me up and makes me do better in the rest of the match, so it's definitely something nice to have. I really just upgraded to have double tap because of the fact that if I don't like what it is, let's say something like a recon drone that I'm not even going to use that I have, so I'm just going to go re-roll it to something that I'll actually use. And lastly, that'll finalize this class will be the bombing run for score streak number 3. Honestly, this is one of the best kill streaks in the game right now, in my personal opinion, because of the fact that it can easily wipe out people on a flag or on a certain location, and in a line across the map. So only downside to this is the fact that you cannot just place it in their base because there's actually a lock and it's considered unfair. So you can still kind of angle it in a way that it will hit a part of their base, but you can't just put it like right above their base and just wipe them out like that. Definitely really good for games like Momentum, when let's say you're starting to lose, you need some extra help, just bomb a whole lane, jump on the flag, and it's yours. So I find each of these things right here, this whole class itself, to link together quite well, and it ends up being a very good class altogether. So if you don't like something here, feel free to just change it in the way that you like it. However, I hope I explained everything in a good way. It is early in the morning, so it might sound a little tired and I might be stumbling on some of my words, so sorry for that, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll do more for competitive as well as just different game modes online, but this one's dedicated a lot to objective based game modes, or let's say like Momentum in general. So hopefully you guys can try this out and tell me what you guys think about it. Thanks guys, remember to like the video, favorite it, share, subscribe, and do all that guys.